salute. Shakur Stevenson is not the next Floyd Money Mayweather. He's the first Shakur Stevenson. You know, it's cool because he's named after Tupac Shakur. You know what I'm saying? And when Tupac Shakur passed away, it was always looking for the next Tupac Shakur. Like Ja Rule came out, he was kind of having the same style a little bit. It was like, oh, Ja Rule's the next Tupac, and I think he embraced that a little bit. But when DMX came out, they was like, we found the next Tupac. And DMX like, I'm not the next Tupac. I'm the first DMX. You know what I'm saying? It's in boxing. We always trying to find the next Muhammad Ali. You finally give up. You realize you're not going to find another Muhammad Ali. The closest thing you're going to get is a Nico Ali. When Mike Tyson faded out of his prime, all people could say is, we got to find the next Mike Tyson. Anybody that came that was built like him, that had some knockout power, he the next Mike Tyson. Now you're starting to realize there ain't going to be no next Mike Tyson. It's not going to happen. Mike Tyson is an anomaly. He's unique. He's one in a million. He stands alone. There ain't going to be another Michael Jordan. There ain't going to be another Tupac. There's not going to be another Floyd Money Mayweather. There's going to be one Shakur Stevenson. And when you think about Floyd Money Mayweather's career, or Pretty Boy Floyd's career, all the guys that was around and how boxing was back then, you're not going to be able to reinvent boxing the way it was in Muhammad Ali's time, or Jack Johnson's time, or Mike Tyson's time, or Floyd Money Mayweather's time. It's a new time. And it's Shakur Stevenson's time, and he's going to do what he's going to do. Floyd Money Mayweather had Deshaun Mitchell's, Sugar Shane Mosley's, Zab Judah's, Diego Corrales. He had Miguel Cotto, Ricky Hatton, De La Hoya, Manny Pacquiao. The list goes on and on of the guys he had to fight. You know what I'm saying? The guys that he went through, that he fought. Sugar Shane Mosley, or Sugar Ray Robinson, he had a whole onslaught of guys he could fight once a month. Shakur Stevenson, he didn't knock out Valdez. I'm hearing a lot of criticism on Shakur Stevenson. He didn't do this, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. Now, some of it is constructive criticism, only given to help you improve. A constructive critique, where you critique yourself, because I guarantee you nobody's a harsher critic on Shakur Stevenson than Shakur Stevenson himself. So whatever you think you saw, when he go back and he analyze, I'm pretty sure he's going to see what you saw times 3. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool for your constructive criticism. I'm gonna salute him. He pitched a perfect shutout. He had maybe 2 rounds that he gave away. He didn't go in for the kill. From what I heard, he hurt his hand in the fight. I think if he really want to put his foot on the gas pedal and go for the stoppage, I'm pretty sure he could have gotten it. I would have loved to see him get the knockout. But a lot of people was trying to say, you know, this is going to be the next Floyd versus Arturo Gatti. I don't think Valdez is the same as Arturo Gatti, and I don't think Shakur Stevenson is the same as Floyd Mayweather, and they definitely not dealing with the same situations. Like Floyd Money Mayweather had a huge chip on his shoulder when he fought against Arturo Gatti, and he punished him. You know what I'm saying? And Arturo Gatti had been through wars. Oscar Valdez ain't really been through wars. He's been through some great fights, and he's a great fighter. But Shakur Stevenson, although he didn't, you know, go for the kill, and in the 12th round, he did a victory lap. You know what I'm saying? And I hear people criticizing that, and I understand it, but I don't agree with it. He took a victory lap. He obviously had his man out-skilled, outboxed, outmatched in every single dynamic of the sport of boxing. It was nothing that Oscar Valdez could do. I don't think he was complaining, but I think some of the criticism is going a little too far to say he was, you know, getting caught repeatedly with that straight right hand. I didn't see that. I saw Oscar Valdez deploy that straight right hand a few times, and it caught Shakur off guard. After that, he was on guard. He made adjustments, and he would pull back so slightly that all Oscar Valdez was doing was overthrowing that right hand, and damn near, he ever throw something and it don't land, and you throw out your damn elbow, you pop that elbow out because you overextending it. Oscar Valdez got to a point where he was just overextending that shot and it wasn't even landing. He was just, Shakur Stevenson just made that little bit of an adjustment to where that right hand wasn't even landing. So there's some things that Shakur Stevenson could have done, but I'm more impressed with the things that he did do. And I definitely don't expect to see another Floyd Money Mayweather. Floyd Money Mayweather, our pretty boy Floyd, when he started off, he was knocking guys out. He was knocking out Diego Corrales. He was knocking out Arturo Gatti. You know what I'm saying? I think he might have knocked out Sean Mitchell. I can't remember. But he knocked out a lot of guys. He knocked out Ricky Hatton. But when his hands started getting brittle, he stopped knocking guys out. Shakur Stevenson right now, he might be doing things in a different direction, where when he does move up to 135, then he starts to apply more of a style where he has to sit on some of his punches and then start knocking guys out. So he might finish his career with more knockouts than what Floyd Money Mayweather finished, versus Floyd Money Mayweather started out knocking guys out and slowly went into this just completely defensive wizard. Shakur Stevenson is perfecting his defense now, and then as he gets older and mature and stronger, he might be knocking guys out. So time will tell. Right now, if I was him, I would reign supreme over 130 as long as I could make that weight. I would pick the bones, and I would walk out with a napkin, you know what I'm saying, leaving nothing but residue and bones, picking my teeth and flicking my toothpick at the 130 division after I completely dominated and reigned supreme. Then I'll move up to 135 and see what's there for me, and go through there and dominate those guys, who's ever there. Because right now, they all kind of in the same pack. Nobody really is separating themselves from the pack. They'll take a couple of steps outside of the pack and then they'll stumble. Right now, Devin Haney is making some leeway to where he might separate himself from the pack, but he hasn't accomplished that yet. Gervonta Tank Davis is neck and neck, but he hasn't just broke away from the pack. Teofimo Lopez, he broke away from the pack, stumbled, broke his leg, and now, you know what I'm saying, the pack is starting to pass him up. Ryan Garcia, he completely pulled himself out of the race and went into the damn pit stop to get a whole reevaluation and recalibration of his physical and his mental. So right now they all still in the race, and Shakur Stevenson is taking methodical, smart steps, and he's stepping up in competition. His fight against Jamel Herring was a great step, and his fight against Oscar Valdez was a great step. And right now I just see him looking at the landscape at 130 and being able to dominate, collect his belts, and keep building up his everything. And I don't see nothing wrong with that, because when you go into battle and talking about chess versus checkers, and you got that vision to play chess to where you 5 steps ahead of people, you really have to be smart. You can't listen to people just throwing their little critiques at you and then wanting you to make a move like a knee-jerk reaction. Your moves have to be calculated and planned and thought out and strategic. Not just somebody watch your fight, throw some critiques, and then you go in the next fight saying, well, I'm gonna do this to please the crowd, or please the audience, or please the naysayers or the spectators. No, you keep fighting smart, making smart moves. And if you choose to fight your next fight where you might want to put on the show and get the knockout, then that's the way you do that. But right now, I really can't say anything negative about his performance against Oscar Valdez. A few nitpicky things, but who am I to nitpick at a performance from a guy that's showing that much potential to dominate and be undisputed at 130 and then go to 135 and take on these guys right now that's still pretty much neck and neck in the race. Ain't nobody showing nothing that's super special right now. They all show potential. They all just showing potential. Nobody's brought and maximized their potential to show full supremacy and domination. Ain't none of them guys did that yet. You know what I'm saying? So to reiterate, Shakur Stevenson is the first Shakur Stevenson. He's not Floyd Money Mayweather or Pretty Boy Floyd. And none of those guys are. Gervonta Tank Davis, Devin Haney, Chris Colbert, Ryan Garcia, you know what I'm saying, Teofimo Lopez. They all can want to have the glitz and the flame and the glitz, the glamour, the fame, the accolades, the accomplishments, the money, the women, the chains, the drip, the whatever. They can want all those things from Floyd Money Mayweather, but it's not going to be what it is. There's only one Floyd Money Mayweather. There's only one Tupac. There's only one Michael Jackson. Only one Mike Tyson. There's going to be one Shakur Stevenson. I think the kid's going to be special. Boxing Nocturnal Thoughts. Salute.